He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aham Brahmasmi. So good evening everyone, and quite unusual time for a Sunday. रविवार का दिन और वो भी evening का समय. So we are here, and good for the people out there in US. For the first time Sunday morning they are enjoying that. While I was thinking about the session, I have received like more than so many messages over this week. It seems like I have not been taking the sessions. And I said, do you really remember how many sessions have we missed? And to your amazement, it is just one. Only Wednesday session was missed. Because from the entire 10 days before that till Saturday, we were in the process of Durga Puja, Navadurga Sadhana. And Sunday was anyways off for you. And then one session that we missed was Wednesday. And in that part, I have received more than 100 messages stating what happened. Is your health good? Where are you? Have you gone somewhere? Have you lost this? Have you this, that? Have we lost you? My goodness. All kind of messages. I said, better I come onto the screen. I could have taken a session in much lesser time rather than answering the questions. That's what my revelation was. I said, wow, so good. So one way, how was it like this past 1 week? It's quite a good time to actually check. You see, when you get a fever, you take thermometer and check it, right? Similarly, these 7 days might be the same thing. ये 9 days की जो साधना की है, उससे पहले 16 days की साधना की, almost 26 days you did sadhana. What is the impact of that sadhana? At least you should see in the next 6 days or 7 days. You should be what you learned over the 26 days. You should also get some time to implement that, right? So how many of you implemented it? और वहां पे कलश का विसर्जन हुआ और हमारा भी. That's where is something. The learning, the energies, the sadhana that you did, you should carry along with you. Because I know the fear that we live in is, what if I get lost into the worldly things again? Now, my question comes very simply. If you are living with fear, then you have not achieved it. You have not understood it. That's what we keep on saying. When you leave your breath, you leave your breath expecting it to come back. And in order to come back, you don't have to do anything. The only thing is you have to faith that it went off, it'll come back. And the best thing would be it went off and never came, so I went off. Where that means the preparation that I have done over the years has finally caught me. And now, when I have been finally caught, it's good. I'll be taken home. But what to do? We all are so nice and cozy that we keep on missing out those and say, oh, I might be missing something. I forgot something. I might have gone somewhere. That's okay. Some sound is there. Okay. So that is where we keep on coming back on Wednesdays and Sundays. Just to remind you that this is your journey. This is your preparation. And every time you're preparing yourself, don't forget that. And what is the fear? If you live in fear, that means you are not free. Fear is bondage, nothing else. If you go back and check what is stopping your liberation, is also the same thing. It's fear. But fear is bad or good? No, it's essential for living. It's not bad, it's not good, it is essential. And today, when I was thinking of what to talk about, there came a topic today being Karva Chauth. Many people across India, especially northern part of India, they celebrate it as Karva Chauth. Southern part of the India, even they don't know, many of them don't know. So when I thought of this particular process that females do, you might have seen in movies at least. Down south people, you must have seen like the female has taken like व्रत रखी है दिन भर और हस्बैंड उसी दिन रात में बहुत लेट आता है और वो बेचारी वही डाइनिंग टेबल के ऊपर सो जाती है. दिस इज द मोस्ट कॉमन थिंग दैट वी हैव सीन इन हिंदी मूवीज. I don't know, other days he might be coming on time or what. On that particular day, he won't. And on that particular day, he will get some work. So, quite dramatic. So, when all this drama goes, none of us, majority of us down south and other parts of India, we don't know the story behind it. So, I'll just narrate the story so that at least someday some people come and say, okay, so you are a global family, right? So, do you know about this? So, at least you know the story to tell. And more than the story to tell, there is some profound understanding that we would like to speak about. And that is something you will come to realize it is not just a way of the wife doing something for the husband, but it is far more bigger than what we can even think of. So are we ready for this? And you know what? I have changed 3 topics to talk today. Finally, this appeared. I said, okay, so let it be. And when did it appear? Just 5 minutes ago, I switched on my camera. Just that very moment you might have seen when Haribhai gave you the message. It was that very moment, at least my 10-15 minutes ago. That's max. So the moment I was just like putting this, I said, oh, okay, so this is the topic today. So 2 topics gone. This is the third one. So anyways, whatever has come, might be this is what it has to come. So let's understand the story behind it, the importance of it, and how is it related to us? Because it should be related to a husband, wife, a wife doing sadhana for the husband, but how is it spiritually relevant to all of us? How is it relevant to the males sitting in the room? What about us? Can we do the Karva Chauth as well? Then, when we decode everything, we will come to that understanding. And most probably, towards the end of the session, we will do a sadhana, means in the form of a meditation. So that you would come to realize what truly Karva Chauth would be, where it happens, how it can be done within you. So ready for all this? Good. So it goes like this. Just to start with, Karva Chauth is not just, as I said, the movie ritual that we see, not just a day where a woman or where women fast for the long life of their husbands. It's a cosmic dance of love, devotion, and spiritual power. It is such kind of a power that actually transcends the physical and delves deep into the mystical connections between soulmate and within our own selves as well. My, just a second, the voice. Okay. So that was Lavanya ji. Okay. So as I said, like it just transcends the physical levels, and at a mystical level, it connects between soulmates and rather the soul with the divine itself. This ritual looks quite beautiful and simple on the surface. बहुत सरल दिखता है बाहर से. But if you look closely, you will find layers of hidden messages. The wisdom that our sages carried and how it became a pratha, means a way of living, and the revelations that are hidden within this kind of practices that we have been doing. The story of Karva Chauth goes like this. A very beautiful, small little story, yet it has 2 versions, especially the people, those who know the story of Savitri. Because in my hometown in Odisha, like there, Savitri is done in a different way, yet it has similarities to that. That is celebrated at a different time of the year, and this is celebrated on this day. So it goes like this. The most common or the most well-known story of Karva Chauth begins with a devoted wife named Karva. So by the name itself, you know, means Karva Chauth means the Karva is the word of the female who did this for the first time. And Chauth means the fourth. The fourth, and it being the night, it is the 4th night on this day when the moon is receding. Okay. On this day, what happened is, one day while taking a bath in the river, Karva's husband was caught hold by a crocodile. And when the crocodile caught her husband, in her desperate devotion, Karva tied the crocodile with a cotton yarn, मतलब एक धागे से उसको बांध देती है, and prayed with her all her heart to Yama, means the god of death, to save her husband. By seeing her devotion, by seeing her power in her, Thus, by seeing her faith, it even moved the god of death, Yama. And moved by her deep love and courage, Yama granted her wish and returned her husband safely to her. And in the story of, like when we do of Savitri, it has a similar kind of story. When the husband was taken away, then Savitri goes and fights with Yama and gets her back, gets her husband back. So similar kind of story goes with Karva Chauth as well. Then the next thing that comes with the meaning, if you do it, Chandi Viched agar karte ho, the name Karva means the earthen pot. And Chauth means, as I said, the meaning is the fourth day of the waning moon, which is when the fast is held. But it is not just a story of physical survival. ये बाहरी दुनिया से अगर आप देखोगे तो लगता है कि एक पत्नी ने अपने पति की जान बचा ली, या तो यम से लड़ाई की, या तो यम को प्रसन्न करके अपने पति को वापस लेके आई. बट दिस इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट द फिजिकल सर्वाइवल. It is also a representation on how the feminine energy has the power to influence even death itself through the force of love and devotion. उतनी क्षमता, उतनी सामर्थ्य है, इतनी शक्ति है उसमें कि वो even she can fight with death. That's what this is all about. And then in the legend that we heard, the story that we are hearing, in this we also understand Karva's power did not come from a physical strength. If she would have gone to fight with Yama with her physical strength, would she have ever won? ये कभी possible था? It was not. And then it came from the strength of her spiritual connection with the divine. This speaks to the hidden potential, which is true love, the power which can even alter the fate itself. But when we understand deeper into this, when we, people, those who don't know even the depth of what it is all about, they simply look at Karva Chauth as merely a day of fasting for longevity. But its meaning is far beyond. What is the true meaning here? The fasting is symbolic of detachment from worldly needs. सांसारिक मोह माया से दूर रखने वाला. जैसे you feel hungry anyways. Morning you need a breakfast, lunch, then in the evening you need snack, then you dinner. I'm talking about regular people, not you. Because many of you survive on one meal. Because if I culminate the entire food that you consumed throughout the day, it would be less than a breakfast of some people. So I know you well. So that's why I can say that. So here, when it is being talked about the fasting, it is a symbolic of detachment, because bhook lagti hai, but that is where you keep a control on your own self. Then just as one refrains from food and water, the fast also signifies detachment from the distractions of the material world and focuses entirely on the divine union between two souls. जब भी आप कभी भी you do the fasting for the divine also, it is also the same thing. That indicates that you have given more priority to the divine on that day rather than the food. Because the entire world is running behind that. We have been discussing it again and again. God has given two specific things to us because of which we are running around. One is hunger. The second is the tongue. Hunger, because we are hungry, so we run behind to have food or something. And in order to earn the food, we keep on running through our life. And over that we have the tongue. उसको हमेशा अच्छा चाहिए, खाने के लिए तो कुछ भी खा के पेट भर लो, लेकिन उसके साथ एक जीवा दे दिए, बोले until and unless it is tasty it won't eat. And see, these two things are making us run across, and so big giants are running, even the food industry or the delivery industry as well, flourishing like that. Grace of God on them might be. So this is also a way of looking at that. This also creates a detachment from the distractions of the material world and focuses entirely on the divine union between two souls. If we go to our Vedic philosophy, agar Vedon ko dekha jaye, this is not just the union of a husband and wife, it is a reflection of a greater cosmic balance between the masculine and the feminine, जिसे हम प्रकृति और पुरुष कहते हैं. Karva Chauth is not just wishing for long life of your partner, it's about strengthening the spiritual bond, ensuring that you grow spiritually and stay aligned in the journey towards higher consciousness. आपके अपने दिव्यता के साथ ऐसे मजबूत जोड़, like a connection within your soul to your divine purpose. And as we said, the fasting is not just physical, it's a commitment to the spiritual evolution of your own self. The fast also represents cleansing of the ego, where both husband and wife offer themselves to the cosmic energy in full devotion. So this is the very common understanding. And nowadays, I even come to know, like I have heard, might be when the effect of the movies or soaps and operas, where husbands have also started staying hungry now. Just in order to say, like, until you complete your fast, I am also not going to eat. Good, both are in spiritual path. Both are walking on the same path. That's good. May God bless both of them. But there are different understandings to this, which is how we are all connected to Karva Chauth and how Karva Chauth is actually connected to all spiritual seekers. You see, Karva Chauth में जो चांद का ना बहुत अहमियत है. Means the moon has very much importance in Karva Chauth, because until and unless they see the moon in that, what do you call that, मतलब English में क्या कहते हैं उसे, I don't know. If somebody knows, please help me with that. उसके छानी के अंदर से चांद को देखते हैं, फिर हस्बैंड को देखते हैं. That's how they do it. But the importance here is the moon. But in our spiritual life, what does moon represents? The moon here represents is a symbol of mind and emotions, because the moon is an integral part of Karva Chauth, and we also know that the moon waxes and wanes, means आते जाते बढ़ता रहता है, फिर छोटा हो जाता है. सीव, थैंक यू शशि जी. वो बढ़ता है, फिर छोटा भी हो जाता है, गायब भी हो जाता है. So that's how our emotions also wax and wane, means it grows and again goes back. We at times we are absolutely like a bairagi when the moon is no more there, and we are in full-fledged of emotions when the moon is shining fully. That's the kind of emotions we also experience in our lives. And now, when we look at the moon is an integral part of Karva Chauth, and women break their fast only after sighting the moon. चंद्रमा को देखने के बाद ही वो अपना फास्टिंग तोड़ते हैं. एंड इन वैदिक एस्ट्रोलॉजी, अगर वेदों के हिसाब से और उसके एस्ट्रोलॉजी के भूगोल एस्ट्रोलॉजी के हिसाब से अगर देखोगे, द मून रिप्रेजेंट्स द माइंड एंड इमोशंस. Fasting until moonrise signifies mastery over one's emotions, a form of spiritual discipline. This reflects the idea that the mind must be controlled for a relationship to thrive on a higher level.
अच्छा वैसे
And when we are
मास्टर कुछ तो भी बनाते हैं अब जैसे अपना कॉम्प्लेक्स है वहाँ पे पूरे 7 एक ही लाइन में है अच्छा मिलते मिलते
just a second, where is this sound coming?
अच्छा मजा आता है सोना पत्ता देते हैं वहाँ पे हाँ पत्ता
Oh my God, where is I am not able
मंदिर
to see.
मंदिर को लगाने के बाद हम लेके आके सब लोगों से मिलते हैं
Oh, I don't know, like I'm not able to even see that who is speaking.
सब लोग वो देते हैं फिर हैप्पी दशहरा बोलते हैं रास्ता में तो नहीं रहता है ऐसा लेकिन यहाँ पे हमारे नोट बने हो रहते
My God.
नोट बने
And this is how people see attend satsangs. That's what I believe. Then they should not be joining at all, right? Okay. So coming back, as I said, the moon reflects so many amazing things, means the waxing and waning of the mind, the emotions. Similarly, in our spiritual journey also, we also have to have a controlled mind that can lead us to higher levels of spiritual achievements. When we look at the moon's phases, right? Why the fourth day of the waning moon? ये fourth day को ही क्यों चुना गया है? The moon in its waning phase represents a period of letting go, reflection, and inner transformation. On this day, women not only pray for their husband's long life, but also work on themselves, letting go of any past resentment, bitterness, and emotional blocks. And if I have to say, this does not only talks about the females, it talks about the sadhaks. Would it be wrong? Because this day is the day of reflection. This day is a real day of giving away. This day is a day of clearing your own bonds or bondages that have been bound to you. And then, when coming to the cotton thread that Karva has tied, at times, I have heard this, I've never seen that anyways, but those who people practice it, they might tell it. In many regions, women tie a cotton thread around their fingers during this ritual. This thread symbolizes the thread of life and represents the bonds between the souls. Just as Karva bound the crocodile to save her husband, the cotton thread signifies the strength of spiritual ties that bind and overcome even death. Means the connection that you have between the soul and the creator, which is beyond death. This cotton thread is like that thread that ties us together. And interestingly, there is another fact that I have heard. I don't know that, but this is a very interesting fact. This ritual also emphasizes the importance of extended family. Traditionally, the North people, those who are there, they might tell it. They can tell it better whether I'm right in it or not. Especially the mother-in-laws give the daughter-in-laws a pre-dawn meal, symbolizing the generational transformation of wisdom and blessings. This strengthens the idea that marriage isn't just between two people, it's a union of harmonizes of the family. मतलब सासू माँ बहू को खाना परोस के देती है, पता नहीं how true that is, but it is like, yes, surgi, correct, Rajan ji. So that means it is there. So apart from that, when you listen to the story of Karva, the story symbolizes the Shakti or the divine feminine energy that exists in every one of us. Karva Chauth is just a celebration of the power that comes from devotion. And when a woman observes the fast, it is not just her physical form that is fasting. It's her inner Shakti is awakening, creating an energetic shield of protection, abundance, and harmony around her loved ones. Similarly, when a sadhak does any sadhana, it is also awakening the Shakti within themselves, creating an energetic shield and protection, abundance and harmony around our loved ones as well. In the modern world, jamana badal raha hai. When relationships often face challenges and turmoil, Karva Chauth is a reminder that true power comes from within. And when love is backed by spiritual intent, it can transform any situation no matter what. The feminine energy, if you see from Durga Puja to between this transformation that we are going through, it is all related to Shakti sadhanas. It is all related to one by one, whatever is going. That's where, if you remember, the moment the Shravan Mas was coming to an end, I said, now the Devi awakes. And that's how this next 3-4 months goes on like that. Then you will see like the next thing that will come is Kartik Purnima, right? So the connection between all these things is so intense and huge that it will keep you completely connected to your inner self. It won't allow you to move away from that. So might be some things are coming your way to make it more intense as well. So be ready for that. Then even if you look at it as a tantric process, many of the females don't know this particular part. Fasting is also a discipline of the controlled mind that we know. But do you know that one particular mantra, if you can chant, and it does not matter whether it is a feminine doing a jap or the puja for the husband, it is for every sadhak. Every one of us. Today, if you find time, sitting under the moon, if you chant the Sodakshari, that is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. If you chant this mantra, it has an amazing impact on all of us. So if you get a chance, do sit. And if you don't get a chance anyways, don't worry, we will do it in the session itself. And it's all about, like, if we don't know the moon, whether it is cloudy outside, whether it is raining, whether you are in the car traveling, does not matter. Because इसीलिए देखो, यथा पिंडे तथा ब्रह्मांडे, right? The sun and the moon are also within you in the form of the Chandranadi or the Suryanadi. So sitting under the moon means what? It's just like awakening your Ida and then sitting under it. First, awakening the Ida so that you are balanced in a particular way, you are silent, quiet. Then sitting under it and coming to the complete balance of it, awakening the Sushumna. Through what? Utilizing the mantra that actually gave Dhruva, a place for himself. So the Sodakshari mantra is there. So while doing the process today, we will utilize the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Even if you are not hearing it now, or might be later part of the year whenever somebody hears that, for them, remember on this particular day, if you sit under the moon, no need of any mala, no need of any count. You just sit under the moon and you chant the mantra. That itself is blissful and a blissful experience. Why? Because नारायण के हृदय में लक्ष्मी वास करती है, right? Goddess Lakshmi resides in the heart of Vishnu. And if you are sitting under the calm, quiet light of Chandrama or the moon, you are chanting the name of Vishnu. Now, down the line, 1 week, it is Lakshmi Puja is coming your way. So what happens is you are prepared. You are preparing yourself, cleansing yourself, getting yourself ready. It's not just the outer cleaning of the house. It's the cleaning within. Karva Chauth is a representation of that. where you are actually cleansing yourself before doing the Lakshmi Pujan. Before even cleaning your house, what it is said is you should cleanse yourself first. अंदरूनी साफ सफाई होना बहुत जरूरी है. Until this happens, how will you decorate outside? There was a particular thing that I heard today. It was so funny. There was a European traveler that came to India for the first time. And when he came to India, he traveled the eastern part of India during summer. And when he traveled during the summer, we know like how sultry and sweaty it becomes. You know what he wrote? One sentence about India. You laugh at it. He said, it's a heavenly place with hell-like arrangements. Or a hell-like weather. It's a godly place. He did not deny it. It's a godly place. It's a heavenly place with a hell-like atmosphere because of the sweat and the heat that he was going through. But that's how he didn't understand. Like that's also a purification process. Whether you like it or not, it takes and it cleanses us anyways. Okay. So coming back to certain aspects of it, like as I said, we will be chanting the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya because it will help us channelize our energy. It will help us protecting our house. It will enhance our spiritual journey. And also, if you do this mantra while looking at the moon, it invokes blessings for the long life and prosperity of your family, not just one person, your husband. आपके पूरे परिवार के दीर्घायु के लिए भी ये किया जा सकता है जब आप चंद्रमा को देखते हुए ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय का जाप करते हो. Right? So that's how it can be done. Anyways, part of our also like session today also. There is also something called as Tratak, right? When you do Tratak, what happens? Ekagrata aati hai. So now if you are looking at the moon and chanting with one focus towards the moon, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What's happening? You're pinpoint focused. And at the same time, the mantra is going along within you. That means मन स्थिर हो गया है और आत्मा की शुद्धिकरण हो रही है. It's an internal cleansing happening at the same time. And we will intensify that anyways through our processes. Okay. So this is also like in tantric practices, there is on this particular day, we do this. We look at the moon constantly. And it is like, you know, the secret behind that, why the tantric people do that is, it's just like tapping into that zone. When we, it's like tapping into the cosmic wisdom. By breaking the fast after seeing the moon, women align themselves with the neutral rhythm of universe, ensuring their spiritual energies are in harmony and cosmic forces, whereas the tantrics look at it as if it is one eye of the god and they delve into that on this particular day. So this is where there are many other rituals. If we delve into the left hand of the god, rituals changes, and yet they are so profound to be done. So coming to certainly everything, like now Diwali aa rahi hai. So even during Karva Chauth, there are certain things that you should buy and you should not. So red bangles, sari and jewelry, these are something I don't want to say that because people would go back and say, chalo shopping. So these good things you can buy. And then silver and gold jewelry, of course, I know it very well because I just went outside, and when I'm coming, today also I have to, I don't know, like I was not able to walk outside, you know. ज्वेलरी शॉप्स के सामने इतने गाड़ियां और इतने लोग हैं, मुझे लगा कोई मेला लगा हुआ या तो फ्री में बांट रहा है कोई. I didn't knew that why there is so much of rush today in the gold shops. I came to know it was Karva Chauth. and the cards were being swiped. So there I came to know that acha, so aaj ke din bhi kharida jata hai. That's how it is. But you should avoid buying sharp objects on this day. Okay. But let me tell you a different aspect of that. If we look at this as a not just a story of a wife doing the sadhana for the husband, how about we convert this story to the story with the divine? In this case, Karva Chauth is not just about husband and wife. On a spiritual level, it represents the soul's yearning, means soul's seeking for its divine counterpart. The fast, the prayers, the moon watching, these are all symbolizes the soul's devotion towards the divine cosmic energy. In a mystical sense, in a simplified way, this is not just a love between husband and wife on this day. It reflects the union of the Atma with the Paramatman. And this energy is within all of us. The Shiva and Shakti within us. And when the woman fasts, it represents as if the embodiment of Shakti, while the husband symbolizes the Shiva, the soul who awaits the divine energy's grace. The ritual teaches that it needs patience, persistence, perseverance, as well as practice, along with devotion that can actually transcend us from these worldly things into the glimpse of the divine. In this world that is filled with distractions and illusions, this day reminds us that despite all that we are going through in our lives, despite all the distractions that we have, all the gains and all the losses that we have, this day reminds us that this is the day to connect with the divine. Let me tell you a small little story. Quite away from this, quite different than this. But let's remind something ourselves before we dive into the process. Is it okay? I divert a little bit and come back to the process again. Story is quite amazing, and let's see if you can recognize it. There was a man who worked throughout his life, earned too much of money. Lot of money, lot of money. But as we know, everybody slowly gets old. And as he was growing old, called his wife and said, you know what? You have to bury all the money that I have if I die along with me. This is what you have to do. The wife said, okay, when you die, we will see. Then finally, the husband dies and he is buried. The lady said, as he wished, he wrote the biggest check of her life. She wrote a check and put that into that also, as wished by the husband. He said, now go, isko jahan chahe usko chala lena. Your entire money has been written on the checkbook, and she wrote a signature and put it into the, buried it into the, along with the husband. Now, करवा चौथ के साथ ये ऐसी कैसी कहानी बोल रहा हूं मैं, यही तो जानना है कि देखो, you have to understand one thing. The moment I said she wrote the biggest check of her life and put it by the side of the husband, you laughed. Can you tell me why you laughed? Simple है, वो वहां नहीं चलेगा. वो चेक वहां नहीं चलेगा, इसीलिए हंस रहे हो ना? हाँ, तो आप कौन सा चेक लिख रहे हो जो वहां चलेगा? What kind of wealth you are accumulating? That check would work there. ये चेक यहीं रह जाएगा। जितने तरीके के रिलेशंस हैं, जितने तरीके के लोग हैं, जितने तरीके के परिस्थितियां हैं, जितने तरीके के दुख हैं, जितने तरीके के दर्द हैं, सब यहीं के यहीं रह जाएंगे। आपके साथ क्या जाएगा ये बताओ? क्योंकि हमें पता है कि कितना कुछ कर लो वहां कुछ नहीं चलता। यहीं छोड़ के जाना है ना? If you have understood this very simple thing, now the process will happen. One way you will realize that this devotion that we are carrying within us, it is all about that Shiva and Shakti playing games together, right? We will also do the same game within us today. The game of the breath, the game of the heart, the game of the awakening, the game of the moon, the game of love, of the soul to the God. Are you ready? So now find a beautiful place for your own self. Or rather make the place beautiful wherever you are sitting. जिस किसी तरह से भी हो. Ready? जब सब तैयार, just type the message yes or just show a thumb on the screen so that I know okay, so everybody is ready. Good. Chalo Janesh ji, thank you. I will take it as the confirmation from everyone. Just before I thought of talking about this and doing this process, the second thing that I thought of talking about today was about the mystical love of the goddess. Anyways, we will do that the next, but one thing that I wrote might be of so much of importance even now. I just wrote one statement. Her love is infinite. Her love is you. If you understand this simple statement, even if you understand what I said, her love is infinite. Her love is you. उसका प्रेम अगम्य है. उसका कोई सीमा नहीं, असीम है उसका प्रेम, और उसका प्रेम आप हो. And with that thought within our own selves, I think this is the time to delve into that. Now, we will allow the things that we have been doing in meditation, but in a very typical way today. We will allow things to fall, and then we will allow the things to rise. Some external things will fall, certain internal things will arise. The people, those who have problems sitting on the ground, please find a chair. The people, those who have problems sitting on the chair, please frown on the ground. And if you cannot sit and you on the ground or the chair, please learn levitation. That would be great. So now, if you want to dim the light, dim the light. If you want to burn the incense sticks to give you the aura the feeling, you can do that. Or else, you can just become so calm, quiet, and serene that it gives you an instant dive into that realm. Very good. So as I said, we will be dropping certain things today. The first thing that you will drop today is your eyes, the external ones. How? When you close the lids, you drop the vision. It's the same thing that you do. कृपा करके चश्मे उतार दे, वो भी एक तरीके का ड्रॉपिंग ही है. Now you can drop the eyelids, close it slowly. And when you have dropped this eyelids, here the magic will begin. Here we are going to change the entire process. The moment you have closed your eyes still seem to see. It still can focus on certain things if you want, even with your closed eyes, right? So now where you have to focus is bring your vision to your navel point. आपकी आंखें आपके नाभि के तरफ देखनी चाहिए. आंखें मोड़ के देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप सिर्फ आंखें बंद कर दो. अगर फोकस लेके जाओगे नाभि के ऊपर, इफ यू ब्रिंग द फोकस ऑन टू योर नेवल पॉइंट, यू नीड नॉट look down. You just allow yourself to focus on the navel point. It's visualizing your own solar plexus area and beyond that. ध्यान, आंखें बंद, ध्यान नाभि कमल के ऊपर. That was the first down. Now the mind thinks how to focus, why to focus. Drop this as well. There is no why, there is no what, there is no how. You simply focus on the navel point. This is the second drop. The third drop that you will do is now your breath should drop till the navel point. आपकी सांसें भी गहरी जानी चाहिए. इतनी गहरी, इतनी तीव्र की गति तीव्र नहीं होनी चाहिए. गति बिल्कुल सरल, slow movement of breath, but it is so deep that it reaches to your navel point. Your eyes is closed. Your mind is calm. Your focus is on the navel point. And now your breath is being focused on one particular area of your navel point. सांसें बिल्कुल आपके नाभि केंद्र के ऊपर. Keep on focusing on this part until it creates a light as if the sun is rising in that darkness. मानो जैसे सूरज का एक धीमे सा रोशनी या तो उजाला आपके नाभि केंद्र के ऊपर, in your navel point. Even you just have to imagine that a light is appearing there. That's your creative power. Complete focus on the navel point. Breath is traveling slowly deep into the navel point. There is no need to focus or stop your belly from flattening and even going forward. Nobody is watching you anyways. अपनी सांसें इतनी गहरी चलनी चाहिए कि आपका पेट अपने आप जब सांसें ले रहे हो तो बाहर बढ़ना चाहिए, और जब सांसें छोड़ रहे हो तो अंदर अपने आप आना चाहिए. Your breath should control your belly. You should not interfere in it. Just let loose. Allow your belly to come out when breathing and shrink in when breathing out. As you focus more and more, you will experience it is not just the light of the sun, it is also starting to accumulate energy in such a way that that particular area will start feeling the heat of it. आपके नाभि केंद्र में आपको गर्माहट का एहसास होगा. For some people, it might be the entire belly region, and for some, it might be only focused onto the navel region. The region or the reason behind we focusing on this navel point is this was our source through which we connected to the mother. बाह्य संसार के माँ के साथ हम यही नाभि कमल से जुड़े थे. So that is only for the external body. Yet feel that space where you were being taken care of when you even didn't knew anything about your own self. Complete focus. If you are hearing my every word, that's also fine. Now, slowly, you should experience the breath in the form of the sound. अब आप अपने सांसों के ऊपर ध्यान देते हुए आपको ध्वनि के ऊपर भी ध्यान देना है. The sound that it makes. We are all aware of it. When you breathe in, it makes a sound of so, and when you are breathing out, it makes the sound of hum. So now you have to focus that when you are breathing in, the sound you hear is so. When you are breathing out, hum. Now completely focus on the sound of so, hum. Breath comes in. So. When breathing out, hum. So. Hum. So. Hum. You can chant this within yourself without making an external voice. जब सांसें अंदर जा रही है, when you are breathing in, you can make the sound of so till the navel point. When it's coming out, hum. Continue this process for some time. So this will help you awaken both your nadis and bring a balance to your Ida, Pingala, and Shushumna. So keep your spine straight. So now when you are chanting this, you might see or feel a vibration from your navel point till the top of your head or forehead for some people. आपको आपके नाभि मंडल से लेके आपके मस्तिष्क तक vibration feel हो रहा होगा. Now the vibration that you are feeling on the forehead, focus there now as if the moon is shining there. मानो जैसे चंद्रमा वहां पे चमक रहा हो. आपका ध्यान आपके forehead पर. Continuing the chanting with the breathing in. So continuing a balance between your navel point to the Agna Chakra. And when you are focusing on this with the breath coming in, deep down to your navel point, and then going up until the Agna Chakra, near the third eye. Continue the chanting within yourself like a rhythmic pattern. So so continue for some more time. So 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 now focus on your heart. आपके हृदय के ऊपर ध्यान, आपके अनहत चक्र के ऊपर संपूर्ण ध्यान. Bring your focus on the anahata chakra. Now this is the balance between the sun that is in the navel point and the moon on your forehead. And it being the night, allow the moon shine and its rays fall on your heart. मानो आपके मस्तिष्क का जो आज्ञा चक्र है वो चंद्र की भांति चमक रहा है और आपका जो हृदय है वो आप हो, एक ध्यानी की तरह जो चंद्रमा के किरणों के नीचे ध्यानस्थ है. Allow the Agna Chakra light to be the moon and your heart chakra being the one who is sitting under the light of the moon meditating. And the light of the moon comes and reaches to the heart. The heart is energized by the sun rays and calmed down by the rays of the moon. सूरज की किरणों से गर्माहट और ऊर्जा और चंद्रमा की किरणों से शीतलता और स्थिरता. And now when you focus on your heart, continuing the Soham chant for some more time. So slowly we'll be noticing like everything is vanishing around you, but yet you are aware of everything. Continuing the chant, breath in, breath out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now it's like a cycle, a ray of cycle that is running from the solar to the lunar and then returning back in a cyclic form. मानो जैसे एक क्लॉकवाइज फॉर्म में ऊर्जा घूम रही हो. It's like the energy is rotating in a clockwise fashion within you from the navel point till the Agna Chakra. Continuous flow of breath and energy while both resting at the heart. आपके हृदय चक्र में, आपके अनहत में, they are taking a pause and then continuing their journey. So hum. So Hum. Continue with that. Continuing with the jap within your own self. Continue. And when you find that your heart is settling down, आपका हृदय की गति धीमी हो गई है और एक स्थिरता आ चुकी है आपके हृदय में. Now from that place of your heart, you will utter the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. मानो सूरज और चंद्रमा आपकी साक्षी हैं और आप स्वयं नारायण का जो सिद्ध मंत्र है उसे आप अपने हृदय से उच्चारण कर रहे हो. You are speaking out the mantra from your heart. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And while you are chanting this, the rays of the moonlight are falling on your heart as if Lord Vishnu is blessing you with his grace. शुद्धिकरण होते हुए, it's being purified, Continue with the chant. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Continuing with the chant within yourself. If any time you are not able to focus on your heart, go back to the rhythm of Soham again. With the breath going in, so, with breath going out, hum. And once it is again in control, go back to the chanting of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, combination of Soham and Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So whichever way you are able to understand it, either so and going out hum, either continue soham or you can continue Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So so you have to create a balance between your breath when is projected and is in focused and completely in focus. You chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. If the focus is slightly deviated, then you start with your breath going in, so, and breath going out, hum. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Continue either of these chanted as you wish. जैसे आपके मन करे आप बिल्कुल या तो do the soham or do the yantra of moon or the mantra of Narayana. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Soham Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now you can alternate the process, means one time Soham, the next time Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Again, so Ham Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Again, so Ham Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Then for brief moments, just simply stop your breath. अपने सांसों को बस रोक लें थोड़ी देर के लिए. Experience the stillness between the words. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. While continuing your job, remain stable within yourself. Now, through the gateway of the heart, we will dive further, deeper into it. So, through the Soham, we created the Chandrama and the Surya within the world of our own selves. We also created a basement called as the heart. And now let us open the doors of the heart and travel inside आपके अनहद चक्र के अंदर. Slowly, even without trying, you will jump into it. Now, on a count of 3, I will make the sound and you will dive into the heart. Mantras remain the same. Now, the mantra will only happen in your heart. Soham and Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. In this particular experiment or experience, you will find yourself very close to the moon. You can feel the light of the moon. You can experience the coolness of the moon. And on the other half, when you are chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, may you have a glimpse of the divine itself. Continue with both the things alternatively. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Soham. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now see yourself completely immersing into that light that you see in your heart chakra. आप अपने हृदय चक्र के पास जो रोशनी है उसके अंदर बिल्कुल समा जा रहे हैं. Similarly, you are diving into the realm of the divine. Explore that place. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. May you at least have the glimpse of that divine feet. May you have the glimpse of the place where he is lying down. May you experience the divine's grace. Now the entire mantras will merge into only one word, that is the pranava. Om. The dirgha swara of Omkara. The elongated version of Om. 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 May you merge into that completely. Om. Constant chanting of the Om going on. Now do it for 1 more minute. Only Omkar Dhwani. Now take a deep breath and exhale through your mouth. बिल्कुल एक गहरी सांस लेता है आपके नासिकाओं के जरिए और सांस को बाहर फेंक देना है मुंह के जरिए. You take a deep breath through your nostrils and exhale it out through the mouth. Three times. Do that way. One more time. Just relax a bit. Then just fold your hands, rubbing it slowly to each other. हाथों को बिल्कुल धीरे धीरे, कोई फ्रिक्शन नहीं चाहिए. Just very simple and cover your face completely with your hands. Now while putting your hand on your face, don't remove it. Keep it, cover your face with both your hands. अपने चेहरे को पूरा दोनों हाथों से ढक के रखते हुए. Now you chant again the Soham. The So should go deep into your navel point and Hum should follow out for some time. Go on. So while feeling the vibration and the frequency of your hands and face. Continue Soham for some time. So so now you can let go of your hands and take your time to open your eyes. Now, when you open your eyes, you might feel that calmness means वो चंद्रमा के जो शीतलता है ना वो महसूस होगी आपके अंदर. You will feel that little change of temperature in you. Relax. पानी पीना है पी लो, स्ट्रेच करना है कर लो. Again, close your eyes. Again, go back to Soham. सांसें जब अंदर जा रही है तो सो, जब सांसें बाहर आ रही है तो हम. यू नो द पैटर्न. नाभि तक सांसों को लेके जाना है. सो and you will find that you will smile automatically without any reason for this. When you are doing this, again, आप अपनी मुस्कुराहट रोक नहीं पाओगे अगर अलाउ करे तो. If you just allow your one emotion to come out, you will see, you will smile. And the more you smile, you see, you deeper you go. Now just drop your shoulders and experience that relaxation. Let go of everything. Experience that calmness within you. आपके अंदर की शांति की अनुभूति. Now you can open your eyes. Now tell me, who was smiling and why were you smiling? The reason is very clear. The reason is the mind is smiling, thinking that when you rub your hands, meditation ends. But today he is not leaving. And that's what we say, when the master is in the house, the mind has to listen. It has gone to a mundane way of doing things. एक तरीके से करते जा रहा है और वो पैटर्न को ब्रेक करना है, वो तरीके को बदलना है. The more and more simplified way we do this, the more and more intense it becomes. If you really try to feel yourself within, मतलब बाहर का जो स्पर्श है वो तो समझ में आ रहा है. Might be the air is blowing, the fan is up there and you are feeling that air on your body. But if you feel yourself within yourself, you will find that there is a layer of cold layer within your body. वो एक अद्भुत चीज है. We just did it over a little over 40 minutes. अब जाके अच्छे से सो सकते हो. It's like a good night sleep going on. But when you go to sleep tonight, you practice the same thing. People in the US, you practice the same thing when you go to sleep in the night, or if you take a nap in the afternoon. Don't do anything, just lie down, focus on the breath, just experience that so going in and hum going out. Slowly, even without your knowledge, you will fall asleep in the lap of the divinity. And I believe that's where this connection, right? यहाँ सती कौन है? सती आपका मन है जो चंचल है, स्थिर नहीं है. यहाँ पे धागा क्या है? आपकी सांसें हैं. जुड़ना किसके साथ है? उस दिव्यता के साथ. सो जिस करवा चौथ की बात हम कर रहे थे, it's nothing else but a relationship between my own self with the divine through the process of breath, which is known as none other than Swaravigyan. And even without letting you know or telling, you are actually doing the sadhana, which is known as the Swara sadhana. Means the rhythm of the divine that is flowing within me constantly, continuously, even without me focusing on it. Quite a excerpt from Vigyan Bhairav Tantra actually, where Shiva teaches the rhythm of breath to Parvati. How was it? Right. This was needed before Diwali, right? Because people were carrying a burden that एक हफ्ते से सेशन नहीं हुआ है. वो कूड़ा कचरा साफ करना था. So that was the wiping of the house. Someone asked me that I have heard that you buy broom, झाड़ू खरीदते हो तुम दिवाली के समय. ये कैसे पागलपंती है तुम्हारी? So I simply said one thing. कि even the broom cleans our house every day. That's why even we see God in it. वो झाड़ू रोज कूड़ा करकट साफ करती है घर का, तो हमको उसमें भी भगवान दिखता है. इसीलिए हम लक्ष्मी पूजन के दिन उसका भी स्वागत करते हैं. जो हमारे घर को स्वच्छ रखता है वो भगवान क्यों नहीं हो सकता? और अगर वो क्लेंजिंग प्रोसेस हमारे अंदर चलती है तो वो भगवान क्यों नहीं हो सकता? इसीलिए हमने कहा कि हर ग्रेस इज इनफाइनाइट एंड हर लव इज यू. उसकी कृपा असीम है, लेकिन उसका प्रेम जो है ना वो आपसे है. इसीलिए आपके अंदर रोज नृत्य कर रहा है. इट्स डांसिंग विद इन यू एवरी सिंगल मोमेंट. It's just like this. If you become calm and quiet and look at it, it will be like Shiva is sitting and watching Shakti run to create the things and run back to her again. So with this, I would like to stop the session here. And as I said, when you go to sleep today, rather you can make a continuous practice of this. कि जितने लोगों को नींद नहीं आती, जितने लोग विचारों से परेशान हैं, जितने लोगों को दवाइयां लेनी पड़ती है, या तो जितने लोगों को नींद आने में समय लगता है, उस समय को भी साधना में परिणित कर दो. Convert that delay into your devotion. Then tragic becomes magic. Make sense ना? अब जितना देर नींद नहीं आए तो क्या, साधना चलती रहे. मतलब नींद नहीं आ रहा, मैं तो सोहम चलाऊंगा. Let the rhythm of the divine continuously play within me, and you will see your sleeping patterns will change. आपका नींद आने का प्रक्रिया बदल जाएगा. You will find a balance within your own self, so you'll be more calm, quiet, composed. You will come to know a thing that कभी कभी जब रात में नींद नहीं आती ना, the process of clearing the previous day does not happen from your memory. आप जब रात में कम समय के लिए सोते हो या बिल्कुल नहीं सोते, तो देखना यू बिकम मोर इरिटेटेड द वेरी नेक्स्ट डे. यू नो व्हाई? क्योंकि कल का कचरा साथ लेके चल रहे हो. इट जस्ट लाइक दिस, नथिंग एल्स. यू डिड नॉट स्वीप द फ्लोर टुडे. मतलब कल का मिट्टी और आज का धूल दोनों मिलके और जम जाएंगे. इफ यू डोंट डू दैट फॉर 2 days, इफ यू डोंट डू दैट फॉर 3 days, इफ यू डोंट डू दैट फॉर 5 days, my goodness, if you have not done that for ages, for janmas, then so that cleansing, if you sleep quietly, happily, you will come to realize that when you sleep, the God has created a beautiful. सो के अगर गहरी नींद के सो के उठते हो ना रेवती जी, हाउ डू यू फील? यू फील लाइक relaxed. What does that relaxation is all about? That's nothing else. The burden of your past has been wiped away. That's why you are relaxed. इसलिए जब सोने भी जाओ तो उसको भी साधन में बदल दो. आपका नींद आपका साधन और आपकी गहरी नींद में जाना आपकी साधना. So that's how you become more and more even. Your sleep becomes the divine sleep in the lap of the goddess. And may that grace of the goddess be on you. That does not matter how long it takes me for me to go to sleep. Let me do this simple process. Anger कम हो जाएगा, ब्लड प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा, नींद आना अच्छे तरीके से आ जाएगा, इरिटेशन नहीं होगा, despite what all happens. है ना? Have you seen the kids? I have just seen that we are irritated, but the kids on the streets are still playing with crackers. They are not making noise. For them, it does not matter. Similarly, whatever noise the world is doing outside, whatever, let me be calm, composed, and be the witness of the divine dance within me. With this note, I would like to stop it here and let you go to enjoy and experience your own deep sleep, and even without knowing how you fell into it, into the lap of the divine grace. Till we meet again, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Har Har Mahadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Do share your experiences if you had any. because you know what happens. You remember certain things, and when you write it down, it creates that again within you. So till we meet again, thank you so much for your sadhana, for your time, for your efforts. And trust me, I loved the follow-up that you people did, which propelled me to take the session rather than answering your messages, what happened to me. Thank you so much. And I have to close the session because Hari Bhai is out. So I will be closing it without any song. And if you thought that there was no song, listen to the song within. What could be a better one? No music, no external need of the voice. It's only your own song, sung by none other than the divine itself. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattva Vasi.